Hi guys, welcome back to my channel, and today I am going to be doing my July 2021 TBR. This one is a very interesting pile. I've kind of made them short, easy reads, and what I mean by that, it's books that I know it's going to take me maybe like a day or two to read. It's just books that are going to help me get up onto my Goodreads goals, so I'm hoping this month is where I can get back on track with that. I also have two Once Upon a Book Club books that I'm going to be reading for this month, and I'm actually in the middle of one right now. Let's go ahead and get started. Obviously, I am going to be starting with the first book, and this is the book that I am in the middle of reading, and that is Luck of the Titanic by Stacey Lee. I've always loved Titanic, and when they decided to put this in the Once Upon a Book Club box, I was super excited. This follows a girl named Valora Luck who is going to be sneaking onto the Titanic after the woman that she takes care of dies. She's also wanting to get on the ship because her brother is there, and she is trying to find him because it's been a while since she has seen him. From there, she wants to go ahead and get them to America so they can be acrobats, which has been their biggest dream since they were younger. Along the way, there's going to be some tragedy, as we all know what happened with the Titanic, so I'm very nervous about that, but so far I've been loving it, so I hope that's going to continue as I am reading this. The next book that I have here, I just filmed the video for this yesterday of me unboxing it, and I am super excited to read it, and that is Daughter of Sparta by Claire M. Andrews. This book is actually a reinterpretation of the Greek tale, I believe, called Daphne and Apollo, so I'm very excited to read about that. I've never heard of the story, but it follows a girl who has been training to be this warrior, and she ends up having to find these 9 artifacts in order to save her brother's life. It's also on James Patterson's imprint that he does. I know he picks a lot of good books for his imprint, so I'm hoping this is going to be one that I'm going to enjoy as well. The next couple of books that I have here are actually ones that I have put on a previous TBR list, and because they're thin and they literally take me only a few days to read, they're going to be easy reads for me, and that is the Diary series, as I like to call it. So Annie's Baby, It Happened to Nancy, and Treacherous Love. Annie's Baby follows a girl that actually gets pregnant, and it follows her journey through becoming a mother, and I think it also has to deal with her figuring out if she wants to adopt her child or not. It's been a while since I've read these. With It Happened to Nancy, this one is about a girl that contracts AIDS or HIV, I believe, with this one. And then I also have Treacherous Love, which this one I have not read, but I know it follows a girl who develops a relationship with her teachers. Now here I have a couple thrillers. I have 2 of these I have read before, and then one of these I have not, but I'm still familiar with the author's writing. So this one that I have not read is from Lois Duncan, and it is called Locked in Time. This one, I believe, is about a girl who discovers that her stepmother can actually make herself youthful. Lois Duncan, if you do not know, is the author of I Know What You Did Last Summer, and yes, the movie is based on the same book. Now this one I have read, and I really did enjoy this in middle school, so I'm hoping I'm going to love it as well too, and that is Dream Date by Sinclair Smith. This one follows a girl named Katie who is very shy. She's very much like a wallflower. She ends up moving to this town, and she ends up having these dreams where this very attractive man is in there. As she keeps dreaming about him, he is trying to interfere into her life. This one was actually pretty well decent for me to read in middle school, so I'm hoping I'm gonna love this one still as an adult. And then we also have Prom Dress by Litsy, I think is how you say their name, I'm not sure. This one follows a girl who cleans out the closet, I believe, of her elderly neighbor, and she finds this dress there. The elderly neighbor is kind of like, no, don't wear this dress, it's cursed. And you know how teenagers are, they don't listen, and she ends up wearing this dress to prom, and weird, mysterious things start happening. I always love reading these kinds of books, they're so much fun. Next up, I had this on a previous TBR, I think it was actually a month or 2 ago, and that is Speak by Laurie Halse Anderson. If you're not familiar with this one, it follows a girl who has not spoken after she was raped at a party, And the reason is because no one believes her. They all think that she wanted it, she made it up, she's just trying to get this person in trouble. You see her dealing with that struggle and finally getting the courage to speak out about what happened to her. This was a book that always stuck with me. It still has stuck with me years later. And I feel like this was really one of the first books that I read where there was hard-hitting issues. There wasn't something fluffy going on. The next one is sort of a blast from the past again for me. This was one that I read in elementary school, and I really loved it because it's about a girl who wants to be this famous actress, and it is called Fame, Glory, and Other Things on My To-Do List, and it's by Jeanette Rallison. From what I remember it was about a girl who she wants to be this famous actress. Like I said, she's in the drama club and pretty much acting is all she wants to do with her life. She has this to-do list, I believe, that she sticks to, and one of them is not falling in love with someone in her high school, but you know how that works. It's been a while since I've read this. I do think this was set at West Side Story, is the musical that she participates in the book, but I'm very excited to read it. I hope it's not going to be a disappointment because one of the other books that I really loved as a kid ended up being a disappointment, so I'm hoping this is going to be one I'm going to keep for a while. The next one that I have here is actually really interesting for me because I actually never read the book. I actually watched the movie first. I know, shame on me. I should not have done that. And I finally found a copy of that, and it is Tuck Everlasting by Natalie Babbitt. If you're not familiar with the movie or any of the story, it is set in, I believe, the early 1900s where this girl is part of society and she just does not want to be part of that culture. She just kind of wants to live her own life. And one day as I think it's like she kind of runs out of her house, she runs into this young man who she interacts with his family and finds out a secret about their youthfulness. I remember this is a movie that I really enjoy watching. I love the characters. I really was enchanted with the love story. So I'm hoping I'm going to love the book as well as much as I love the movie. Next up I have here is considered to be a classic by a lot of people, and I have still not read it. It's actually a Judy Blume, and that is Are You There, God? It's Me, Margaret. This one follows a girl named Margaret who is dealing with being an adolescent. So I know there's a lot of stuff that it covers, from growing up to being a woman. It's a lot of interesting stuff in here that I probably should have read when I was younger and I never did. So I'm hoping that I'm going to enjoy this one. And the last book that I have here is one that I don't know if I'm going to like it as much. I kind of got this book just on a whim because it was really cheap, and I really love horror books, so I feel like this is just going to be an easy one for me, and that is Ouija, which is actually based on the motion picture, and it is by Catherine Turner, but the screenplay was Styles White and Juliet Snowden. This follows a girl whose friend decides to start messing around with the Ouija board, and mysterious things start happening, is kind of the premise that I got from it. Hopefully it'll be a fun read, distracting read, and then maybe if I like it, maybe I'll watch the movie then. If not, I might still watch the movie, but we'll see how it goes. Alright guys, so there you are. That is my July 2021 TBR. I am hoping I'm going to get a good chunk of these read this month. I just don't want to have another lame reading month like I did last month. I'm kind of disappointed that my months have really just not been as good as I've wanted them to be. I'm hoping this is going to turn it around, hoping I can catch up with my Goodreads goal, and I'm hoping I'll get some good reads out of this as well too. I'm hoping it's not going to be a lot of disappointment. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you all in the next video. Bye!